There was once a woman named Maya who always put everyone before herself. From the outside, she looked like the kind of person everyone could count on, always smiling, always ready to help, never saying no. But on the inside, she was exhausted. Every day, she gave away pieces of herself, her time, her energy, her peace, to make others happy. Whether it was staying late at work to fix someone else's mistakes, or listening to her friends complain for hours when she could barely hold herself together, Maya believed being kind meant never putting herself first. She thought if she just kept giving, people would love her more. But she didn't realize that when you give too much without balance, people stop seeing your kindness as a gift. They start seeing it as your duty. It started small. Her coworker Daniel would say, "Maya, you're so good at this. Can you just finish my report?" Her friend Ria would text, "Can you come over? I had a bad day." Her mother would say, "You're my strongest child. I know you'll handle it." And Maya did, every single time. She said yes when she wanted to say no. She smiled when she wanted to cry. She made everyone feel better, except herself. One night, after a long day of fixing other people's problems, Maya came home and noticed something strange. There was a chair in her living room, an old wooden one that used to belong to her father. He had passed away years ago, and this chair was the only thing she kept from him. But tonight, for some reason, it felt different. She looked at it and whispered, "I'm so tired, Papa." And then, as if her mind drifted into a dream, she imagined her father sitting in that empty chair, calm, gentle, the way she remembered him. "Maya," his voice echoed softly. "Why do you look so tired?" She sighed. "Because I have too much to do. Everyone needs me." He smiled gently. "Everyone, or everyone except you?" That question hit her like lightning. She tried to explain how people counted on her, how she didn't want to disappoint them. Her father listened quietly, then said, "When you were a little girl, you once found a wounded bird in the garden. You took care of it day and night until it could fly again. But do you remember what I told you when we set it free?" Maya frowned, trying to recall. He said, "You told me that if you hold on too tightly, even kindness becomes a cage." Her father nodded. "Yes, you learned that with the bird, but you forgot it with yourself. You've caged your own heart with responsibility." Maya looked away, tears forming in her eyes. "But what if they stop caring about me, if I stop helping them?" He leaned forward, his eyes warm but firm. "If people only value you for what you do, not for who you are, then their love isn't love, it's convenience." His words sank deep. For the first time, she realized how much she had mistaken usefulness for worth. She wasn't being valued, she was being used. Not because people were evil, but because she never taught them how to treat her. She'd been teaching them that her time didn't matter, that her peace didn't matter, that she didn't matter. Her father continued, "Do you see this chair I'm sitting on?" She nodded slowly. One day, this chair was empty because I was gone. People realized my value only when there was no one left to listen, no one left to care. Maya, don't wait until your own chair is empty before you learn to value yourself. The room went quiet. The image of her father faded, and she was alone again. But the words stayed heavy, powerful, unforgettable. She sat down on the chair and cried for the first time in months, not because she was weak, but because she was finally being honest. The next morning, something changed. "You'll have to handle it." He looked surprised, maybe even annoyed. But she didn't apologize. When Ria called, Maya listened for a while, then said, "I understand you're hurting, but I'm really tired tonight. Can we talk tomorrow?" And when her mother asked for yet another favor, Maya replied, "I'll help you, but I need some time for myself first." For the first time, she wasn't consumed by guilt. She felt lighter, freer, as if that old chair had given her permission to take up space in her own life again. People around her noticed the difference. Some didn't like it. They missed the version of Maya who was always available, always soft, always silent. But others respected her more. They started handling their own problems. They stopped assuming she'd carry their burdens. Weeks passed, and Maya began to rediscover herself. She started painting again, something she hadn't done since college. She took walks without her phone. She began to say no, not with anger, but with self-respect. Her life became quieter, but also more peaceful. She realized that peace isn't found in being everything for everyone. It's found in finally being something for yourself. One evening, she sat again on her father's old chair, the sunset lighting the room. She whispered, "Thank you for teaching me before it was too late." She imagined his voice again, saying, "You've always had the strength. Maya, you just needed to remember it was yours." The next day, she gave the chair a new place in her home, by the window, surrounded by light. It was no longer a symbol of loss. It was a reminder. A reminder that when we forget our worth, life will find a way, sometimes through pain, sometimes through silence, to remind us to come home to ourselves. So, if you've been giving too much, if you feel unseen or taken for granted, remember Maya's story. Don't wait for burnout, heartbreak, or regret to make you realize what you deserve. Value yourself now. Say no when you need to. Rest when you must. You are not selfish for choosing yourself. You are wise. Because in the end, people don't remember how much you gave, they remember how brightly you lived.